Congressman Steve Russell back with his 8th Waste Watch to highlight wasteful government spending and programs in agriculture. The latest list shows $16.5 billion in taxpayer dollars wasted. What are we doing? Good morning to you.
New Year, same waste.
Talk about this latest Waste Watch. You do this. This is the 8th edition. You've gone through various parts of government.
We do try to hit the different aspects of government, as we were discussing before. Waste Watch number 7 focused on educational waste. Here, this is agricultural waste. We all want good, safe food supply. We want to help our farmers and ranchers and our producers and growers, everything. However, the things that we highlight in this Waste Watch are just, once again, no matter who you are, what your political affiliation is, you read these things and you just go, you've got to be kidding. And to the tune of $16 billion of these programs. Obviously, there's like the hip hop flop, where you're taking Katy Perry songs and you're trying to adjust them to make kids want to lose weight, which is just a disaster, and millions of dollars that goes off and is wasted. For every $1 million that we waste in government, 96 Oklahomans work all year long and pay all of their taxes to the federal government to waste that money. And we have to start looking at it at its core. We're going to waste millions, several million, 3 million on hip hop song adjustment. Who authorized that?
Yeah, who did authorize that?
Well, what happens is that money for certain promotions and certain coordination will be authorized to an agency, and then how they spend that, that's not dictated by the law. It's dictated by the agency itself and those who lead those departments and agencies. So very bad decisions that get us to that type of waste. When we expose it with our great GAOs, Government Accountability Office, and our Inspectors General, and then our office, the public now that they've seen that we do this, oh yeah, let me tell you about this one in my department.
Right. And a lot of times terrible. People feel, your constituents will say, these things seem to be hidden in bills about something else. How about our recent tax bill? Anything that has you concerned in there? It was a very large document. Well,
it was. Now, what we have to understand about the tax bill is that this one is actually how government was supposed to work. It was broken down by section. We actually deliberated and had some this and that. Now, at the end, when you have a House version and a Senate version, there was some horse trading going on. For example, my No Taxpayer Funds for Stadiums Act, which was supported by the House and the Senate, at the last minute was traded out to secure, Senator Heller's vote in Nevada so that they could move the Oakland Raiders for the 4th time to yet another failed venture. And we shouldn't pay for a stadium. They have access to capital. Who thinks that the NFL does not have access to capital? And yet our cities, they need to improve sewers, roads, bridges, infrastructure. That's what municipal bonds are for, not for nonsense like that. So you just got to keep at it. And, and we have been able to put legislation that's actually made it into law that's saved about $4.5 billion so far. With the reauthorization of the Farm Bill coming up, we've identified 10 things already that that will save us at least $11 billion if we would go after them.
And one of the other things, interesting here that you mentioned that you found, is this initiative for these USDA, standards to update some nutritional standards that really, once this thing and the way that it was implemented, led to $11.6 billion
That's
in
the big ticket item.
Wasteful spending. Yeah. What happened there?
Well, once again, a good idea. We want to try to, we can have these debates on it. I certainly would like to have served on the Education and Workforce Committee. But a lot of times they say, well, okay, if you cut these food programs, then, you hate children. And, 38% of all of that food is going in the dumpster. And worse, when they change the standards and they manage the different things, what has happened is there was no oversight over it. So even if it were managed well under the rule of the law, you would have saved $11 billion. Instead, they've wasted it. And that's the type of thing that you just have to keep exposing so that people will stop.
Right. And what's next on your list? What are you looking at now?
Well, there's always something to be, to be going after. IT is a big waste area. Because you want to update computer systems and do different things, and we're formulating ideas. In fact, we'd love to hear from our constituents. What is an area of government that you think we ought to go after and look at more? But here, with the Farm Bill coming up, we wanted to highlight and expose waste in the Department of Agriculture.
Do you feel like our president is doing a good job at trying to cut in different areas? Is he supportive of these kinds of things? What's your opinion?
I think he is. You've seen some criticism from many of the department heads and agency heads that have tried to go after and cut some unnecessary things. I said, oh, well, they're cutting the vital stuff. When you take away somebody's chocolate chip cookies, they don't like it. And so in this case, I think exposing it is not only a good thing, but then we have to follow through, and we have to allow these agency heads that want to make these cuts to be able to do that. And I think the president and his cabinet is trying to do that so that we can target waste. And these are bipartisan things. When you look at them, and one of the reasons we've been able to cut $4.5 billion so far in a bipartisan fashion, we just go after the stuff that is just absolutely, what were we thinking? And
nobody can disagree, right? Yeah. Either side of the aisle. Nobody can say, hey, this was a good use of $11.6 billion.
But like you saw with the Stadium Act, broad bipartisan support. Earl Blumenauer, a Democrat from Oregon, we have very little in agreement on this. We did. We got it all the way to the very end of the tax bill, and then got traded out at the last minute because somebody, wanted their vote secured because of Las Vegas.
Right.
But we just keep swinging.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by, and
you bet.
We look forward to the next one that comes out here and more savings for taxpayers.
Absolutely. Thank you,
Congressman.